Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. It's AOB coming back at you with yet another video. Today, we're going to be doing another Blu-ray collection video. Woo! But this time, we're going to have a different format, different layout. Instead of it just being a front shot of all the Blu-rays and then a view of my beautiful, clean hands feeling them up and rummaging them and showing you what they are, you're going to see my lovely, perfect, moustache-ridden face as I slowly pull out each individual Blu-ray, show it to you, and I give a little discussion on it or talk about what it is. Does that sound good? Alright, let's go with this. But first I must tell you what Blu-ray collection I am actually talking to you about today. This is going to be a video about my entire Doctor Who Blu Ray collection. Oh yes. While I do not have every single Doctor Who Blu-ray that there is out there, I have a vast majority of them. And I have all of New Who on Blu-ray, so that's gotta count for something. I really enjoyed making my MCU Blu-ray collection, and I'm very, very proud of my Doctor Who Blu-ray collection, so I feel like I want to show this off to the rest of you lovely viewers out there. So let's get on with this, shall we? Enjoy, sit down, relax, get your salted or sweet popcorn, or maybe a mix of sweet and salted, and enjoy the ride. So first we are at the Steelbooks section of my Blu-ray collection. Now unfortunately I only have 3 Steelbooks, even though there was like, I don't even remember how many Steelbooks that were available at one point. I don't have anywhere near all the Steelbooks of Doctor Who, but hey, what can you do? I did do an unboxing of this first one, along with the next one. So we have the complete second series of Doctor Who with David Tennant, Billy Piper, the 10th Doctor's first series, and Rose Tyler's last series, or proper series as a companion. I don't know why I'm telling you that, you probably already know this. I love this Steelbook, look at this, it's so glorious, it's so perfect. And series 2 as a whole, you know what? I used to not be massively keen on it, but then, you know, I rewatched it recently, and you know what, I forgot how many good episodes are in there. For some reason I thought, do you know what, a majority of episodes in Series 2 aren't that great, but there's some really, 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 really good ones in there that make Series 2 higher than it is, but there's actually more good ones in Series 2 than there are bad ones, to be honest. It's just the ones that are bad in Series 2 are so bad that it can sort of overshadow the good ones. But here we go, so here's the next Steelbook. We got Series 3, the 3rd series, Martha Jones and the 10th Doctor, all in their glorious reform, whatever that means. I love Series 3 and I love this Steelbook as well. I'm not going to go over these too much because I do have a unboxing video earlier on in my channel where I unboxed or unwrapped these 2 Steelbooks and gave my in-depth thoughts and love for these. But yeah, I love Series 3. Series 3 is one of my favourites. I think it's one of my favourite 10th Doctor series. And then this is the last Steelbook, and this time we're going to go in sort of timeline order as best I can from here, because it sort of goes from Classic Who to New Who, of all the Blu-rays that I've got. But this is the last Steelbook. We have Power of the Daleks, the animated version, well, the only version really, because obviously it was lost in the fire. I love this Steelbook as well. Look at this is a glorious Steelbook. Isn't that just lovely? It's glorious, lovely stuff. Patrick Troughton, the 2nd Doctor's first ever story. It is such a shame that the 2nd Doctor's first ever episode was lost and it had to be animated. But you know what? It is actually, the animation is done really well on this, and it is a great story to propel the 2nd Doctor into his era. Now, here we go. The next Blu-ray I have is Spearhead from Space. Holy moly, this is one of the best post-regeneration stories in Doctor Who. Now, I haven't seen every single one, so my opinion might not count for anything here, but my god, I love Spearhead from Space. God, does it establish the 3rd Doctor so well, so tremendously. And in the first part of the story, he's not even in it, he's barely in it. He's laid down in a hospital bed for the majority of it, but this is a great story, and I love this Blu-ray, so that's some good stuff right there. Now, oh, this is where you get to the good stuff. Now, we have the, you know, I don't know if you were aware, but BBC have been releasing individual series of classic Doctor Who, like slowly one by one, on Blu-ray, and so far I have been successful in collecting all of them as they come out. So I have managed to collect everyone so far. Let's get into this. So the first one, again, I've done it in series order or timeline order, not in order of release. So here we have, oh yes, the complete Season 10 Blu Ray, or yeah, season 10, yes. Season 10 on Blu Ray. Look at this. I love these sets so much. I honestly, I really do hope they stick to releasing these, and they slowly but surely release every single classic season of Doctor Who, because imagine having all these, all 26 seasons of classic Doctor Who, imagine having all these lined up next to each other with each picture of the Doctor of the series, like just lined up next to each other. It will look so perfect. It would cost so much money, but it would be so worth it, because I just cannot. I absolutely adore these sets. I know not everyone's a massive fan of them, because they've got the new Doctor Who logo on them and stuff, and they've been sort of rebranded with Series 11 Doctor Who's related things. But you know what? It's still classic Who at the end of the day. It's still classic Who that they're finally releasing in full seasons rather than individual DVDs that you have to slowly buy. So it's good to have them all in one bulk set, I think, rather than having to buy them all individually. But I know the classic Doctor Who DVDs are a big thing with a lot of Doctor Who collectors, so, you know. And of course, after season 10, season 11 isn't out on Blu Ray yet, but we jump straight to season 12, Tom Baker's first ever season. Again, this is the first ever of these sets to ever be released as well, so this is good stuff. I love, again, it's just so gorgeous. I love this themed kind of artwork with this awesome pictures of the Doctor of the season, just in this, and the iconic villains of this season being there with them. It's great. I love it. I love this so much. And an iconic series at that. Tom Baker, mwah, love you, boy. Love you. There's not a single Doctor I don't love. But I mean, I haven't seen anywhere near all the classic Who episodes. There's a lot to watch, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But the classic Who I have watched, I do love it. So here we go. We jump straight from season 12 to season 18, because again, they haven't released between series 12 and season 18 on Blu Ray yet. But we've got season 18, Tom Baker's last season. Again, I mean, this is a big one. This is like a really big one compared to this is the thickest one of them all. But again, same kind of stuff going on, same kind of artwork. It's glorious, it's sexy, it's awesome to behold. A Doctor Who fan's dream. Love it. So much love for these sets, honest to God. And oh, I love them so much. And here we go, season 19 now, the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison's first ever series. Again, same kind of artwork going on, and it's still glorious. I still love it. Blah blah blah. Look at this. I love the 5th Doctor. I think the 5th Doctor is very underrated. I really do love the 5th Doctor. But yeah, look at this. It's so glorious. I love it. I love it. 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 And of course, the most recent release in this classic Doctor Who Blu Ray season is the complete collection of season 23, the complete Trial of a Time Lord story with the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, a man who doesn't seem to do anything else now other than go to little Comic-Cons and big Comic-Cons. Like, seriously, does this man act anymore? I don't think he does. I think he gets his whole career now on just income from going to Comic-Cons and stuff, because that's all he does now. But it's great. I managed to meet him twice for it, so it's fine. So yeah, same kind of thing. I love this artwork in particular. I think it's just his costume, the colours, just make it look even nicer. There we go. This is a very thin one as well. I was surprised at how thin this is, but it is just one big story. I mean, the Trial of the Time Lord, so I guess, you know, there's not as many stories in here compared to the others. But look at this. Glorious as always. So, that is all of the classic Who Blu Ray sets that are out so far. The next one is season 26, the last ever season of classic Doctor Who, Sylvester McCoy series, the 7th Doctor, so got that on pre-order, so that will be coming. I may do an update video when that comes into the collection. So now we move on to, you know, a less exciting looking Blu-ray, but it's still Doctor Who nonetheless. Doctor Who the movie! Yeah! God, you know what, I actually really like this movie. It's not for everybody, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what, we got Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, and everybody loves the 8th Doctor now. I know he's been done like a lot more justice in the Big Finish audios, but I'm not listening to any Big Finish, so forgive me. But yeah, I actually really like this movie. There's some things that I don't like. The whole idea that maybe he's been revealed as half human. Ugh, don't like that. I'm so glad they didn't carry that on. And my God, do you forget that Eric Roberts once played the Master? Oh man, can you believe that that happened? I still can't believe that to this day. Now, this is the crown jewel of my collection. Now, this was the catalyst for my big collection for Doctor Who in the first place. Look at this! Look at this thing! Push you in a bit. Look at this thing! look at this glorious, this is the complete series 1 to 7, right, of New Who on Blu-ray in this glorious, awesome TARDIS Blue 1 style box. I love this thing so much. I bought this and I ordered it, and as soon as it arrived, I just fell in love instantly. And ever since, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to collect every single one no matter what. No matter how much money I've got, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, this is the crown jewel. This is one of my proudest box sets I have, and I've had this for a few years now. I think I got it in like 2015 is when I ordered it, maybe 2014. I think that's how long I've had this for, because I don't think you can really get this anymore. So let's just slowly lift off the lid here. There you are. I just love this picture of the 9th, 10th and 11th Doctor. I just love it so much. So, and they're all like perfectly lined up there. Look at that spice. God, I love it, I love it, I love it. So let's pull them out individually. So, complete first series, 9th Doctor, Rose Tyler. Absolute classic series. Love it so much. Amazing. Christopher Eccleston. What an impact you made with just one series, boy, and how we all wish you would return at some point. God, I love this series. I love the 9th Doctor. So good. So good. We have the complete second series again. Went over that with my Steelbook. Yes, I've got it twice. So what, you want to fight? Fight me. Yeah, so the complete second series, again, a great series. Much better than I would initially remember after rewatching it again recently. There's some classics on there. And the first ever episodes of Doctor Who that I ever watched when I was younger that made me a Doctor Who fan in the first place was Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Seeing the Daleks and Cybermen fight each other, and I was like, holy shit. This is awesome. And this was before I even considered liking Doctor Who. I never saw a Doctor Who episode before, and I had no interest in watching it, but it was on the TV one day, and the Cybermen and Daleks were fighting each other, and I was like, oh my god, this is epic. I could get into this, and ever since I've been a Doctor Who fan. Here we go, complete third series. Again, went over it when I went through my Steelbook of this, but complete third series with Martha Jones. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, this is one of my favourite David Tennant series. I mean, it's just full of epic stories. I mean, Human Nature, Family of Blood, mwah. And of course we got Utopia, The Last of the Time Lords, you know, Sound of Drums and all that jazz. That complete three-parter featuring John Sims Master, who is absolutely spectacular. Love You Series 3. And I think, here we go to the gloriousness, the prime of the 10th Doctor, Series 4. This is my favourite 10th Doctor series, and I think this is one of my favourite series in all of New Doctor Who, to be honest. I can't get enough of this series. I love the 10th Doctor, I love the 10th Doctor and all. He's my Doctor, he's my favourite Doctor, but I love everything about this series. There isn't a single episode in this series that I could be like, you know what, I'll leave that. If I'm doing a marathon, there isn't a single episode that I would consider skipping over, because sometimes in some series, if I'm doing a marathon, I might think, I don't know if I can be bothered sitting through that one. I mean, I do sit through it, but sometimes the double take, and there's not a single episode in this series that I just think, do you know what, if I'm doing a marathon, I think, I don't know if I might not watch that one. That never happens with this series. Donna, the best companion we've ever had, I think. Again, I haven't seen all of classic Doctor Who, so I can't really compare it to any classics, but in terms of New Who companions, she's the best. Series 10, absolutely love you. Complete specials! I love this. It's only 5. Sorry, I forgot how many episodes are in the specials. 5. It's only 5 episodes, but the set is way thicker than full series for some reason. I mean, it looks great. I love this artwork, to be honest. I love it so much. Again, I love the special. The next Doctor is meh. It's okay. Planet of the Dead. I do like Planet of the Dead. Now, Lee Evans is in that. So, you know, I love Lee Evans, so that's the good stuff. And then we also have Waters of Mars. My god, I love Waters of Mars. David Tennant is absolutely spectacular in that episode. I can't get over how amazing David Tennant is in that episode. And then, of course, The End of Time, Part 1 and Part 2. That divides a lot of people. A lot of people don't like The End of Time. I actually quite like The End of Time. I think it's a good story for the 10th Doctor to go out on. I know people are divided on how the 10th Doctor looks at regeneration, comparing it to death and stuff, and I can see why that would annoy people, but you know what? I really enjoy The End of Time, Part 1 and Part 2. Here we have the 11th Doctor's first series, the complete Series 5. Oh yes, and this is easily the 11th Doctor's best series. It's not that I dislike Series 6 or 7, I don't actually like Series 6 and Series 7, but Series 5 is just the most consistent in quality when it comes to the 11th Doctor. It's got so many great stories in there. The 11th Hour is the best post-regeneration story that I've ever watched. I can watch the 11th Hour over and over again. I love this series so much, and I love Amy Pond. She's great. Love Matt Smith in this. He's got the perfect balance between humour and being dark when he really needs to be. Like, Matt Smith, he knows how to play it dark when he needs to. Like, he really does. And he doesn't really get as dark in later series as he does in this at points, but it just shows how good of an actor Matt Smith is, and I love that series so much. And here we have the complete 6 series. Here we go. Again, not as good as Series 5, but I do really like Series 6. Yes, it's got some questionable episodes in there. Let's Kill Hitler, I'm looking at you. You know, Curse of the Black Spot. Ugh, that's no. Husbands of River Song is a bit nonsensical, but I do like Series 6 overall. I like the whole River Song story arc going on here. I know it's not for everybody, but I actually quite like it. Yes, it's needlessly convoluted and complicated. It's hard for some people to understand, but I do like Series 6. I mean, there's still some great episodes in here. I mean, you've got the Christmas Carol in here. Ugh. Can I just say, whenever Stephen Moffat did Christmas specials, the majority of them weren't good. I mean, there are some that I really like, but Stephen Moffat, his Christmas specials are a bit off. But yeah, Series 6, I do enjoy Series 6, I do like it quite a lot. And then, of course, we have the complete Series 7, Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor's last series, in all of its glory. I love this artwork in particular. I think this is my favourite artwork out of the 11th Doctor era Blu-rays or DVDs or whatever, but I do like this. You got pictures of Amy and Rory there, and then Clara, because obviously this series was split into 2 halves. The first half was with Amy and Rory, and then the second half we got introduced to Clara. I know not everybody liked Clara, but to be honest, Clara in Series 7 I like best. I like Clara more in this than I do like her in Series 8 and Series 9. I just think she's more likeable in this and less irritating. But I do really like Series 7. Again, it's not for everybody. People don't like the fact that, you know, the episodes are very standalone. There isn't really an overarching story. Which, you know, I can see why people don't like that. But, you know, I do like Series 7. I don't think it's not the best series, but I enjoy these standalone episodes. I mean, I guess the only episode I don't really like is Crimson Horror. I can give or take that one. That's the one that I really don't like from this series. But, you know, I can rewatch Series 7 without any troubles for the most part. So, you know, that's that. So, here we go, ding dang doodle. That's that whole set done for. That's all done. That's all done right there. So, you can have another look at this glorious, lovely box. There we go. Right, I made a cut because I struggled to slide that entire box back in there and it was doing my pissing head in. So, yes, it's back in there now. Now we move on to the next Blu-ray after that. We have The Day of the Freaking Doctor. My goodness gracious me. I have no shame in telling you all now that this is my all-time favourite Doctor Who episode. Alright, yes, you can call me a fanboy. Yes, you can call me anything under the sun. I don't care. I have no shame in telling you right now this is my favourite Doctor Who episode of all time. Yes, it probably isn't the best, objectively speaking, story-wise or anything like that. But I love multi-Doctor stories. We had 10 and 11 in the story together. We had John Hurt as the War Doctor, who was absolutely phenomenal. I've rewatched this episode, I'm not even exaggerating, probably over 50 times. I cannot get enough of this. I love Day of the Doctor, and I will never not love this. I love it so much. It was a very quick overview of that one, but I absolutely love Day of the Doctor so much. And then we have 11th Doctor's last ever story, The Time of the Doctor. Woo! Again, like, a lot of Doctor Who fans don't really like this episode, but I actually quite like it. I do. I don't think it's a bad regeneration story by any means. I think we got quite a bit of closure for, you know, a lot of 11th Doctor's, like, overarching stories throughout his entire era. I mean, you could argue that some of them were rushed, yeah, but, you know, at least we got some closure on a lot of them, like the crack in the wall and stuff like that. So, you know, it was great, and I actually think it's a great story for 11th Doctor to go out on, and I think in terms of regenerations, this is one of the best regenerations from a Doctor anyway. 11th Doctor gave an amazing speech, so yeah, I actually really like Time of the Doctor. Not the best regeneration story by any means, but I really like it. Here we go. Finally, we're on to the 12 Doctors first series. Series 8. I love this. I love this whole Blu-ray. I love this artwork. I love the gears. I love all of this. And I love Peter Capaldi in this series. I don't know. Like, this is probably the best that Peter Capaldi's ever been. The 12th Doctor in this. He was such a stark contrast to the 11th Doctor. He was so dark. I loved him in this series, and I wish they kept him more consistent with the way he went on in this series, because he was spectacular in this series. And not to say that 12 or Peter Capaldi wasn't great in later seasons, because he was. It's just in this, I just like how the 12th Doctor was in this series. I just think, or at least they should have slowly transitioned his character, because in Series 9 he becomes a lot more light-hearted and more jokey and stuff, and it was just sort of really sudden, because he ends this series like still pretty dark, and then when Series 9 starts, suddenly he's rocking a guitar and a hoodie and all that stuff and wearing sunglasses. It's just very, very jarring when it goes from this version of 12 to Series 9 version of 12. It's very out of nowhere. But yeah, I love Series 8. I mean, a lot of the episodes aren't amazing, but 12 on its own makes that series for me, makes it worth watching. Here we have another Christmas special, Last Christmas. It's alright. I mean, it's pretty disposable, to be honest. It's not. There's nothing, you don't need, if you're doing a Doctor Who marathon, you don't really need to watch this one in the grand scheme of things. Nothing really happens here that's important to the future of Doctor Who. I mean, that's the same with most Christmas specials, I guess, especially during Stephen Moffat's run as showrunner. It's alright, nothing special. Nick Frost as Santa Claus, meh. It's alright, it's nothing special. And now here we go, Series 9 Part 1. Yes, I haven't got Series 9 in like a full set of just all 12 or 13 episodes, can't remember how many episodes there is. I did buy it. I did buy them when they were split into halves like this. I mean, I am considering buying the full Series 9 set, just to put them all, just because I think it makes the whole collection look nicer, spine on, but tangent, that's a tangent. So yeah, Series 9 Part 1. Series 9, it's easily the worst Peter Capaldi series for me. I mean, again, like, Peter Capaldi's great in this series. I just don't like where they took his character a lot of the times in this. There's some episodes where he's ridiculously silly, and it just, again, if it was more earned and he went through more of an arc where he slowly transitioned into this kind of Doctor, it would have been fine. But the fact that it just sort of came out of nowhere, Series 12 ended and he was this dark Doctor, and this Series 9 began and he was this light-hearted, happy-go-lucky sort of old grandpa who was really happy to hang around with, just really out of nowhere. But I do really like the opening to this, The Witch is Familiar, Magician's Apprentice. Can't remember if that's the right order of the names, just forgive me. I like, there's episodes that I like in Series 9, like, don't get me wrong, I do like some episodes, but one thing I do hate about 12 in this series, this probably bugs me more than it bugs anybody else, is 12's costume. I absolutely detest the hoodie and shirt costume. I hate it. This is way too casual a costume for any Doctor. I do not care what you say. Yes, you could argue the 9th Doctor's costume was the most casual out of them all, but it suited him. A hoodie and a t-shirt from Primark does not suit the 12th Doctor. I'm sorry. And the thing is, what's even more annoying is that the 12th Doctor has one of my favourite Doctor Who costumes ever, with his proper one, with the white button shirt and the waistcoat and the velvet or the navy blue coat. That's one of my favourite Doctor Who costumes ever. But then when he ruins it with the hoodie combo, I hate it. But this is better, with the velvet and the white shirt and the waistcoat. This is much better. This is how 12 should look always. No bastard hoodies. But yeah, Series 9 Part 2. So many ups and downs in this series, really. So many ups and downs. But, Face the Raven and Heaven Sent make this whole series worth its runs, because Peter Capaldi is phenomenal in those episodes. Absolutely amazing. You get glimpses of what we loved about the 12th Doctor in Series 8 in those episodes, and it's all the better for it. So, yeah, Series 9, not one of my favourite series, easily my least favourite Peter Capaldi series, but it has some gems, so I'm not going to completely complain. Here we go, The Husbands of River Song, another Christmas special. That's, again, this is really, actually no, I'll lie, this isn't disposable. This actually This actually gives closure to the River Song story arc pretty nicely. Actually, it ties things up with River Song pretty nicely. I mean, it doesn't feel like that this was the plan, if that makes sense. Like when Stephen Moffat first introduced River Song in Silence of the Library and Forest of the Dead, it doesn't feel like that his plan was for her closure was to just be in a Christmas special with the 12th Doctor to wrap it up. It doesn't feel like that's what he planned all along, but I guess he thought, shit, I still need to link it in with the Silence of the Library story, so I guess I'll do it here. But it's one of the better ones. I prefer it to Last Christmas, to be honest. I can watch this more. I do like it, and I like the closure that it gives to River Song finally, after like however many years it was since she was introduced. Here we go, another Christmas special, because after The Husbands of River Song there was an entire year of no Doctor Who, but the following year we need to get another Christmas special, The Return of Dr. Mysterio. I'm not going to say much about this one, to be honest with you. Peter Capaldi deserved better, especially after an entire year of nothing. He deserved a better episode than that. So now let's go on to Series 10 Part 1. Yes, just like Series 9, I didn't buy Series 10 as a whole series when it came out. I bought Part 1 and Part 2 as they came out individually, so yes, still fine. And to be honest, I prefer the artwork of these ones to the actual Series 10 artwork, like full on its own. I like this, it's all shiny and stuff, I do like this. Series 10 Part 1. Now Series 10, I think it might be my favourite Peter Capaldi series. It's between Series 10 and Series 8. I think overall, the majority of the episodes of Series 10 actually are better than the episodes in Series 8. So that makes sense. Yeah, I think Series 10 is my favourite Peter Capaldi series. They struck a good balance with him finally. They got a good balance between how he was in Series 8 and how he was in Series 9. They sort of spliced it up, so he wasn't too silly and he wasn't too dark either. He was a nice middle ground, and Peter Capaldi, as always, is phenomenal. 12th Doctor is my second favourite Doctor, so I have no problems saying that Series 10 is my favourite 12th Doctor series. And here we are, Series 10 Part 2. Here we go. Again, keeping the theme of artwork here. And I do like Bill as a companion. She was very on the nose, though. It felt like every single episode she kept reminding us that she was gay. We get it, Bill. You're gay. You don't need to remind us. It's fine. But yeah, I really like Series 10. And the whole finale of Series 10, with John Simm's Master comes back, with Missy, World Enough and Time, and Doctor Falls, both them stories, absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best finales in Doctor Who, I think. I absolutely can't get enough of those, so that's them. So Series 10, I love Series 10, so I'm happy with that. And then, of course, we have one of the few Christmas specials that Stephen Moffat did that's actually fucking awesome, Twice Upon a Time. I love Twice Upon a Time. What a story to send the 12th Doctor out on. Bringing David Bradley back as the first Doctor. Why didn't they do this sooner? When they initially did the Day of the Doctor, I saw an article somewhere where, I could be wrong, but I saw that Stephen Moffat said somewhere that in his ideal world, he would have written for the 50th anniversary, the first Doctor meeting the 10th and 11th Doctor and seeing how youthful he's become in the future. And I thought, well, why couldn't you just brought David Bradley back to play the first Doctor then? Why couldn't you just have David Bradley come in as the first Doctor in Day of the Doctor at all? I just feel like, because he did such a phenomenal job in this, you could have done that. I wouldn't have double taked. Like, he does such a good impression of William Hartnell as the first Doctor. It's amazing. Yes, they do portray him as a sexist. For some reason, I just try and channel that out of my head, because I love a good multi-Doctor story. Anytime there's a multi-Doctor story, I'm there, I'm hooked, I love it. It's probably a cop-out. I'm not hard to impress, to be honest. If you give me a multi-Doctor story, I'll be happy. But yeah, I love it, and God, this was emotional. 12 went out. I do love this episode. To be honest, I can't get enough of it. I think it's one of my favourite regeneration episodes, to be honest with you. Right, here we go, on to everyone's favourite Doctor Who series, the complete series 11, starring Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. Yeah! I only managed to get this recently, because I couldn't really afford to get it for so long when it came out, but it was really bugging me, because I needed to complete the collection. as far as the set goes, I love this. I love the artwork and I love how this is set out. I love this series. Well, I love this series artwork, should I say. I don't love the series. But, to be honest, I don't hate the series. It was quite underwhelming. The main problem I have with this series is that I don't know 13, like, we do not know 13 at all. Like, she has nothing distinctive about her. Like, there's nothing that stands out about the 13th Doctor in this, and that is the big problem. I said Series 8 doesn't have the best episodes in the world. There's some great episodes in there, don't get me wrong, but a lot of episodes aren't amazing. But 12, on his own, makes that series for me. It could have been the case with this, because some of the episodes are good. Some of the episodes are okay to good in this, I think. And if 13 was better and she had more defining characteristics and she was actually different, because I feel like she's a weird splice between 10 and 11, then she could have made the series for me and made the series more worth watching. But as far as it goes, like, we do not know 13 at all, and it's just an okay series. Like, there was nothing amazing about it. Say what you will about the politics involved, I just try and ignore all that. But, like, Series 12, just do something with 13, because they did not focus on her enough in this series, and they did not establish a character for her at all, and I just feel like I do not know her at all. She hasn't got anything distinctive about her whatsoever. But here's Doctor Who Resolution. This is easily my favourite 13th Doctor episode. I was really happy with this when it first aired on New Year's Day last year, or this year. Yeah, I mean, I like what they did with the Dalek in this. I feel like we made the Dalek pretty, intimidating again, because it's been such a while since the Daleks have actually posed a real threat. But you know what? I think Jodie was at her best in this episode. There were still some little things that she was doing that was a bit irritating. I just think that they need to iron that out in Series 12. But, just do more of what she was like in this series, in this episode in Series 12, then I think we might have a good Doctor on our hands. But yeah, I do like Resolution. This is easily my favourite 13th Doctor episode. I just really hope in Series 12 you just develop 13 more and just do something with her, because, like I say, there's nothing about her yet that we can grasp onto. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this installment of my Doctor Who Blu Ray collection. I do hope you enjoyed the whole video. Subscribe down below if you want more content. Like the video if you did enjoy the video, I suppose, or if you didn't like it, hell, give it a thumbs down. I won't hold it up against you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for tuning in, as always, and ciao for now.